What's up? This is Angelo Ferrer, head coach over at Kajukenbo, Japan, and Kajukenbo instructor, as well as the host of the Social Gelo with Angelo podcast. Thanks for checking out my show. Thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. If you like what I put out there about martial arts and psychology, hit like and subscribe. So this video, there are no more secrets in martial arts. I was reading through some comments of some friends, and I always keep people anonymous. But one person jumped on. It's this guy that I love to follow. And I'm not going to say his name because he likes to keep stuff private. But he's always sharing his. He's older. He's retired, and he's still doing it. I think it's so cool. Every day he posts a video of him training, him running with his dogs in the mountains, him sharing his martial arts journey. And I think it's really cool that he does this, and he's an older guy, and I think it's inspiring to me because as I get older, that's what I want to do. I don't want to stop. I don't want to ever stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Tupac. And seeing him do this makes me realize, all right now I'm 40, so 20 years down the road, as long as I don't get too injured, talk about this later, I can keep doing this. I can keep doing what I love. And the video he posted, someone jumped on and said, hey, you shouldn't be sharing all these advanced techniques online because someone can copy your secret techniques. 3-hand death strike. 3 fingers. What I think is funny about those kind of statements is we're in 2022. There are no more secrets in martial arts. There was. When I started 20 years back, YouTube wasn't that big. If you looked up, for example, Kajukenbo or Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on YouTube, you'd get maybe a handful of techniques. And it would be really short videos, if anything, of a guy trying to get you to buy their instructional so they wouldn't actually have all the details that you needed to learn the technique. It would just be like a quick move, maybe, if that. Or it would be a video of some guy beating the crap out of another guy in a tournament. So you really had to analyze the footage to get any techniques out of it. Even then, 20 years ago. And then even before that, wait a second, no, that's wrong. 20 years ago, there was no YouTube. I'm thinking like 15 years ago when YouTube barely started. So going even further back, before YouTube, and the guy who's posting this is a pre-YouTube era. Oh my God, I'm old. Late 19th century. I heard someone say that about 1990s. It made me feel really old. But yeah, during those times, if you wanted a technique, you had to read a book. You had to buy a book. Or maybe you can find a VHS instructional, maybe, a really old one. Some cheesy guy. Hi, my name is Sensei. No, right? The whole spiel. And that's how you had to learn your material. Now, everything's changed. So like I said, there are no more secrets. There are people, yeah, you can buy a book for I like to still read books. I like to process information. In psychology, they say there's different types of learners: auditory learners, visual learners, tactile learners. There's kinesthetic learners, people who learn by touching, feeling, hitting. You need to feel it. Some people need to see it. Some people need to hear it. Some people need to read it. And then some sports psychologists and also psychologists in general feel that to really process something, if you can hit all the categories, no matter what kind of learner you are, because there's no such thing as a learner. That's kind of pop cultural psychology to say that you're a visual learner, therefore you are not going to learn auditory. Wait a second though, if you're watching a video and you're hearing someone talk, you are using your auditory learning. So, hitting those categories, you learn more. All the categories. So I personally still like to pick up a good look. Now, that being said, going back to the original topic about there are no secrets. There are no secrets. If I want to learn, back in the day, if I wanted to learn, let's just say Kung Fu, right? And I know people nowadays, they don't care about Kung Fu, but let's say I wanted to learn some really cool Kung Fu moves. And I wanted to learn exactly how they do the wushu jumping inside kick. Back in the day, before YouTube, when I started, I would have had to look for a book, and the book would roughly explain it. And at the end of the day, I'd have the best bet would be to go to someone who practices wushu kung fu. Let's do this for the jiu-jitsu people. for the jiu-jitsu folks. If I wanted to learn a Kimura, I wasn't gonna, maybe I can find a book, and it probably wasn't gonna be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu book. Maybe when I started, there might have been a few books out there at that point. There might have been maybe a few instructions. But mostly, if I didn't have the money, which I didn't, I was gonna pick up probably a book about judo, and then I'd have to find the Japanese terminology for that, and I would have to figure it out, because Google wasn't what it is today. Google wasn't what it was today even. Web crawler. How old are you? Web crawler. Just you younger folks look at what the fuck is a web crawler? Web crawler was a search engine before Google. So either way, if you wanted to find stuff, you had to actually have to look at a book, look at pictures, and or again, find an instructor. And BJJ wasn't like it was before. It didn't say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of times it would say grappling. It would just say Jiu-Jitsu. I remember there was actually a Kajukenbo Academy that didn't even say Kajukenbo on the thing. It just said the guy's name Academy, and then it said it had the JKD. No, it didn't say JKD. It said Jiu-Jitsu and kickboxing. And if I wanted to learn any Jiu-Jitsu, I had to go into that place, and that's how I ended up learning it. Fast forward to now. The top jiu-jitsu players in the world, the top coaches in the world are just sharing their drills on YouTube. I can just look it up and find the best instructor in the world that would not have time to teach me even if I had the money to travel to them. I can get their information on YouTube for free. And then if I wanted to dive deeper, because some of these guys don't put everything on YouTube, all it would take is $30 or $50 payment on my credit card to get their DVD instructional that would, or not even DVD instructional, what am I talking about? Who watches DVDs anymore? I can download it. If I was being legit, I would pay them money and I can download the file, okay? We're not gonna talk about what I can do about being an asshole. So yeah, there are no more secrets. So I just kind of laugh when I see people say stuff like, don't share what you do, you're giving away the secrets. And this just makes me wonder, how much do you really know? Did I piss you off? Sorry. I'm sorry. Either way, thanks for checking out Social Gelo with Angelo. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, if you like what you heard, you like what you see, I have a podcast. If this is your first video, I have a podcast where I interview different martial artists from different styles all around the world. And hit like, hit subscribe, much appreciated. Catch you all next time. Train your mind, body, and spirit every day. Peace.